Hello, Cancer. Welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and this is your December horoscope for 2021. And just to recap, this has been the year of the ancestors, so you're walking to your universal beat. Only you know what that is, right? You're listening to what Spirit has for you. You made that commitment to walk through the birch trees and move forward, and you're dedicated to walk on that path. And it's been a great year for you with rebirth, and you've got the royal tree there and celebrating. You do have some struggles like everybody else does, but last month was all about the woodward. Having that strength and that courage as you're going into Thanksgiving. Okay, and that's going to carry over into December for you. Okay, because this was that was the theme for the month. Okay, is being strong, being courageous. Taking that opportunity to, give blessings to other people, right? Being that protector of others as well. So let's see what December has for you, Cancer. The theme for you this month is going to be represented by the King of Vessels and the Heron. Now, kings are, to me, are all about, they rule the kingdom, okay, with the court card. So this could be a person in your life. This could be you. This could be somebody that's going to give you that kingly advice. Vessels is all about water energy, emotions. So, in the month of December, the theme this month is going to be, where is your tolerance going to be needed, Cancer? As a water sign as well, okay, even though this is free-flowing energy, there could be some undercurrents going on, okay? There could be some riptides going on, but as a water energy, you're going to be able to feel that, okay? And it might be an emotional time for you, Cancer, this month with holidays coming up, okay? But if you can put your tolerate things and put those in check, then December is going to be a lot better month for you. Now, the King of Vessels, this Heron, is also has a lot of psychic energy. Okay, so you might get overwhelmed with messages from Spirit during this time. Okay, you may be able to, being a water sign and being connected to the water, you may have a little bit of an opportunity to pass messages back and forth. Okay. The other question that this King of Vessels, this Heron, asks is, who is depending upon you for support? Where is that support needed? Okay, within your business unit, within your, co-worker situation. Where is that, that needed, that support needed in your family unit? Okay, so keep all that into perspective this month, and we'll tie all this in with the other weeks. But to me, having a King of Vessels, having any kind of court card there for the theme is very strong, because that means that other people are involved in your life, whether you're the King of Vessels or somebody else is that King of Vessels. So let's see what happens during that first week of December for you, and we'll tie those cards in to the King to see what happens. Okay, Cancer. The first week of December will be met. The theme will be a page of stones and the links. Now, pages are messengers, and stones is all about materialism, security, stability. And this page of stones is, what can you learn from this situation? What can you learn from this King of Vessels during that first week? Where do you need to be more tolerant? Can you learn to be tolerant? I say yes, you can. Sometimes you have to bite your tongue to things. Okay, but that is something that is a learnable aspect. Okay. The other question, what can you learn from the situation in, who is depending upon you for support? Maybe there's somebody out there that takes on that King of Vessels energy, okay, and they're very supportive of their work unit, their work environment. They're very supportive of their family unit. Okay, they're very supportive of what's, their relationships, right? And during this, maybe that's somebody that's outside. Maybe that's somebody in work. Maybe it's somebody, another family member, Cancer, that you can look at and say, you know what? How can I learn from that situation? How can I move forward and be more supportive? How can I be more tolerant? How can I be like this King of Vessels? Because kings are leaders. Kings, they exude that leadership ability to where you want to be like them. You want to be able to be tolerant in the actions. The other question that this links asks is, what data do you need to make a good decision? We are all about collecting data, okay, through our senses, through our communication, asking questions, for trying to get answers, watching, what's happening out there, feeling what's happening out there. And with the King of Vessels being a touchy-feely type of king, okay, he's in tune with his emotions. So maybe what you can do is you can learn from that situation of being in tune with your own emotions. All right, and then talk to that king to make that good decision. That's what that Page of Stones represents. Okay, in that first week of December for you, Cancer. Let's see what that second week has. And the card that flipped out was the Journey. This is the life lessons card. Okay, normally it represents death, but with death there's rebirth. And it's really what the Death card talks about. And here we have some rebirth going on. Okay, the journey doesn't end for this elk, even though it's been shot or hurt in some aspect. It's providing sustenance for others in the woods. Okay, the wolves are feeding on the carcass. The ravens are feeding on the carcass. Okay, and this is revitalization of life for you, Cancer. Okay, having that life lessons card doesn't mean that it just stops either. Okay, this is something that you're going to have to continue to work on, continue to understand. Okay, revitalizing the opportunity of where is the tolerance needed. Okay, if something's dead, how do you revitalize it? Okay, where is the tolerance, as well as the ability to say, you know what? Is there something that I can use in this thinking process that no longer works? Maybe I need to let the dead, be dead. Maybe I need to let the process die off, but I still have the opportunity of what it took to use that process. I look at it for myself as saying, okay, you started from scratch and this is where you are. Okay, how do you, okay, maybe you're starting from scratch again. How do you get back to that? Okay, where is the tolerance needed to say, you know what, enough is enough? But also the tolerance to say, I've done this before, I can do this again. Okay, and then, who's depending on you for that support? That's what the King of Vessels is asking. Okay, even though something may be dead, you can't give that energy. Yes, there's a grieving process if somebody's died. Okay, but you can't continue to focus on that energy, Cancer. Okay, you have to learn to live past this death. You have to learn to move on. Honor that death that has given you that new life. Okay, honor that death or that dead thing that has given you the opportunity to pursue those dreams and those goals, to pursue help you with the journey that's moving forward. All right, Cancer, let's see what that third week has for you. Third week is going to be Nine of Stones in tradition. And that's kind of fitting going into, the Christmas holidays. I'm sure there's traditions going on out there. And maybe that goes back to, maybe a tradition was dead and you need to revitalize it. Okay, and if you revitalize that tradition, brings families back together. It brings, that love and support that you have. Okay, But there's also going to be, maybe there was some things that were said in the past that is why you didn't get back together. Where's the tolerance that's needed, in biting your tongue during this time of getting back together? Maybe starting a new tradition, all right? Who's depending on you to be there for that support of that tradition, within the family unit? I know, when my grandmother was alive, we always got together for Christmas, all our cousins and everything like that. And over the years, after she passed, we've kind of all gone our own ways. And now that my mom's gone, and she was a Cancer, my brother and my sister and I don't know what that tradition is going to be, right? And that's on them to, hey, this is what we're planning on doing. Are you going to support it? Are you going to be there, right? And that's a question I have to ask myself. And maybe you're going through that as well. What kind of traditions do you have for that Christmas? Are you going to be able to support it, as well as, where is your tolerance needed if you do go and somebody gets underneath your skin? All right, Cancer, let's look at that 4th week for you and see what's out there. And last week's going to be represented by the King of Arrows. So you've got the King of Vessels as a theme, and you're wrapping up the year with the King of Arrows. Now this king, he rules the intellect, he rules communication, he rules the mind. All right, he's comfortable in both air and water, so that's good. He's working with this King of Vessels. He knows this King of Vessels very, very, I don't want to say intimately, but he does know him. Okay, and this King of Arrows is asking, what must you focus on clearly? If you are going through that Christmas spirit and you're going to try to uphold a tradition and you need to be tolerant, where also do you need to be clear-minded? Just not in your thoughts, but in how you speak, okay, and how you feel, all right? And not letting, with both of these cards, there's going to be some emotion involved, but there's also going to be some clear communication involved. And this King of Arrows is reminding you during this Christmas week, to focus clearly, okay, on keeping your emotions in check, Cancer. Focus clearly on not getting too emotional with things, okay? And then the other question that this King of Arrows asks is, who can give you good advice? Kings are always great for giving good advice. You may not like the message that they give you, okay, but they will give you the message for that good advice. Maybe it's good to run it by the Queen of Vessels, the Salmon, or the Queen of Arrows, the Swan, first, before you take it to the King. But going into 2022, okay, you need to, what you should focus on is focusing on those emotions. Okay, focus on being clear in your intent going into 2022. Okay, with this King of Arrows, and then who do you talk to help you out? And that's again with three personality cards here. I said at the beginning of this reading that this King of Vessels could be you, or it could be somebody else. So that tells me you've got a big support network there to help you out to understand what's moving on in your life, Cancer. All right, so there you have it, the King of Vessels and the Heron. You've got psychic energy, water energy for you this month, Cancer, in December. Hit that like button for me, share it with others, and subscribe to the channel. And this is D for Spirit's Path. We'll talk to you here in a couple weeks when I have the 2022 forecast coming out. And take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.